Okay, Gary, we're here now. You know why you're here, don't you? Yeah? You've been throwing stones at windows on Franklin's Drive, and that could result in you being arrested for criminal damage. And you could end up in a place like this. So I want to take you around today and show you what it would be like if you were arrested. We don't want to scare you, we just want you to understand and make sure you don't end up here, okay? Now there's two doors here. This one is compliance. This is if you've been arrested, you're admitted, you're happy to come with us, we'll go down this door. Non-compliant, if you notice it's a bit wider. This is if you don't really want to be here, you don't want to be arrested, so you could have 2-3 police officers trying to drag you down here. Okay? So shall we go in? So we've come through the compliant corridor now. This is the corridor for everyone that's been arrested. So you'll either come down this one or the next one. There's no special one for people under 18 or under 17. Okay? The reason it's got these lights is because in Preston we use smart water, and any property that is marked with smart water, if you touch it, it'll come up on your hands. So I'll just show you. If you've touched anything that's got smart water on it, your fingers will glow. Okay? Do you understand? So that, yeah, and then we'll go through. Morning.
What's this young person done today?
Well, this is Gary. He's been throwing stones at windows on Franklin's Drive and potentially causing criminal damage.
Right. Has it happened before?
He has been throwing stones for quite a few months, yeah.
And is this young person under arrest, or is he here for the custody experience?
He's here for the custody experience today, because we don't want him to come arrested.
Is that right, Gary? Have you been throwing stones? Have you caused any damage? Okay. It's very serious what you've done, but on this occasion I'm happy that you're here voluntarily to have a look around custody, to benefit from the custody experience. And the plan is that you never come to police attention again. And we'll give you a little bit of advice. We'll show you how we look after people here. If you have any questions, please ask me. Do you understand? Okay. Everybody that gets arrested is brought into custody and stands before me. Once they're here, I explain what the legal rights are. Have you ever been arrested before? That's a good thing. And I believe you're 14, is that right? Everyone under the age of 17 has to have an appropriate adult contacted to let them know that you're here. Do you think your mum or dad would be happy if I phone them to tell them that you've been arrested? Everybody also gets the option of free independent legal advice. Have you ever spoken to a solicitor before? Okay, so what we would do, we would book you into custody on our computer system. If we needed to, we'd seize the items of clothing that you're wearing for evidential purposes. So we'd take your tracksuit bottoms, your tracksuit top and your new trainers, and we would swap it for this paper suit. Do you like the look of this paper suit? Okay. Have there been any trouble, has Gary been any trouble at school?
No, it's just around the estate neighbours complaining of him throwing stones for the time being.
Okay, how many people have complained about Gary?
At least 4 or 5 neighbours.
Right. Gary, this is very serious, what the officer's telling me, and I think on this occasion you've been very lucky to be offered the custody experience. What we'll do now, I'll show you the Fingerprint Room, which is where we take fingerprints and photograph of everybody that gets arrested, and then I'll give you a guided tour of the custody complex. Are you happy with that? Okay, let's go into the room over here. This is the Fingerprint Room. Step this way. Okay, if you just have a seat there, Gary, please. Do you know what this is that's in front of you? This is a very powerful camera. It records digital images onto the hard drive of the computer that's next to me. So at the click of a button, I can take your photograph and it's saved on our computer forever. So that if you misbehave anywhere in town or anywhere in your local neighbourhood, somebody somewhere will have CCTV. It's everywhere at the moment, and we'll find out who's and what you've done. Okay, if you step this way, please. This is a fingerprint machine. What we do for everybody that gets arrested, we take the fingerprints on this machine. So one at a time, we put the finger on the little square there, and we roll it from side to side, just like this. Can you see? Also with the thumb. What we then do is take an impression of the palm prints. We put the palm and the flat of the hand on the box and also the side of the hand. And the fingerprint machine picks up on the moisture in your fingertips and it creates an image. And that image is again saved electronically, so that if ever anybody does anything wrong, if there's a fingerprint of that person that's done something wrong, this computer will tell us who's done it. Do you understand? What we also do, Gary, we take a recording of everybody's footwear impressions. If you can see this piece of paper here, everybody's got favourite footwear. So what we do, we roll your footwear on a small pad, and we then save a copy of your footwear impression on this piece of paper, and we put your name, the type of footwear, the size, and which design it is, and we record it so it's on a database. So that again, if anyone finds a footwear impression at the scene of a crime, we can cross-reference it to your footwear and find out if it's you or not. Do you understand? Okay, do you have any questions so far, Gary? Excellent. Okay, step this way. What we need to do now, Gary, is put you in a cell while we're waiting for the officer to prepare his interview, to collect the evidence, and also while we're waiting for your mother and a solicitor to attend the station. So if you follow me, please. This is your cell for the next few hours, so if you'd like to step that way, walk through to the cell. I'll just explain the cell to you. This is your bed. This is the mattress where you'll be sleeping on if you're here for any lengthy period of time. It's perhaps not as comfortable as your mattress at home, do you think? We'll give you a blanket to keep you warm, so that if you do get chilly, you can put the blanket over you. This is the bathroom facility. This is the toilet. If you need to wash your hands, there's water facilities there. Also, if there's an emergency, if you need to contact us, just press the emergency call button. Do you understand? Don't misbehave in this cell because we're watching you. Even though the door's shut, there's CCTV. Can you see that CCTV camera in the corner? We're watching you all the time. Okay, do you understand so far? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to speak to the officer in the case, and when he's ready to interview you, I'll come back and get you. Behave in the cell.
Okay, Gary, so you've been in the cells a couple of hours now, so now you'd be interviewed, okay? What would happen is you'd come round and sit round here. Your parent or your guardian would sit on the chair next to you, and your solicitor here, okay? Everything that's said in this room from now on is recorded. There's 3 tapes, all going here. One is for you, one is for us, and one is for the court. Okay, so what would happen now, I'd sit down and I'd interview you about your actions and what you've done, okay? And then at the end of that interview, we'd decide whether there's enough evidence to charge you or not. And then, in this case, you'd go to court and get a criminal conviction, okay? Now, criminal conviction can affect the rest of your life. I've just printed an application form off here for a well-known coffee shop, just for a part-time job, and it even asks on here if you've got any criminal convictions. Did you know that? No? So this is what we don't want. We don't want you to get any convictions, and we want you to understand that your behaviour now, 14 years old, you think, oh, won't matter, I can do what I want. You can't. It'll affect you for the rest of your life. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Okay, Gary, that's the end of the custody visit now. We're going to leave this area. We're going to go and have a sit down and formulate a plan of action to make sure you don't get in any more trouble. Okay? Now, did you enjoy the custody tour? No? Do you think it's a place you'd want to come back to? No? So has it made you think about your actions? Good. That is what we want, okay?